Hello everyone, this is Greg Bjornstad with eVit, coming to you with a timely tip. I think harvest is over for everyone by now, hopefully, here in the middle of November. And I think folks are going to mostly be thinking about their data and entry and slowing down a little bit after a crazy harvest. And hopefully thoughts turn toward eVit. And I'm delighted because I'm here to help you with your workflow and process and hopefully save you some time and energy. So what I want to come to you today with is information about the harvest summary. And my hope here is that we are going to cut your data entry time this winter in half. And so the idea is to develop and enter a record in the harvest summary category, and then it will automatically appear on the Phenology tab with that same information. So I want to walk you through how to do that. And so if it were me who was doing data entry for harvest summaries at this point, I would probably organize my information according to a Vineyard. It seems like date, maybe you could probably just start with the first date and then going back for each successive one. In that case, you would need to do a search for each individual subblock. By organizing according to Vineyard, you could go into the subblock, and let's say I have my data for Jones organized by Vineyard. So I'm going to put in Jones. I don't even have to put in the whole word, and do a search. And it'll generate 8 out of 20 records that pertain to the Jones family vineyard. And so what I can do then is to go into options and go into subblock details, and it will show all 8 of those found records. See here, we got 1 of 8. So what I'll do then is go into the Harvest tab. The default is to show the graph, the chart first, and then click on the View Data, and that's what I would do to get to the data entry screen. Now let's say I go through and I put all my data in here. I'm organized according to Jones. All I have to do is click on the next over arrow, and I get to the next subblock, and the next subblock, and so on. All right, so I'm going to use this Jones family home ranch block 1 rows 1 through 10 as my demonstration ground here for how this works. So so you can see we don't have a 2017 harvest summary record yet, and I have in a second window over here the Phenology tab, and I've got it squeezed over so I can see as much as we can of both. But you can see we have a veraison estimate for July of 2017 and nothing for harvest. So I'm going to squeeze that back over here to the side. I'm going to go back over here and create my harvest summary record for this entity in 2017. I'll start by clicking in the vintage box in the yellow bar. That's where all data entry takes place. Put in 2017. I will choose September 1st for my harvest date. You can use the calendar drop-down or type it in, whichever you prefer. Let's say that 17 was a light year and we got 5 tons. And if I have entered my acreage for this subblock, the calculation will come up automatically. If this is a contract, tonnage contract, then I can do a manual tons per acre if we've calculated one. Otherwise, we can just leave all that blank. Then we'll go on to add the Brix. Let's say we got 25 this year, a pH of 3.4, and a TA of 0.7 grams. And I'll make a note here to test the duplicate system. Then I click out of that field, and it is this record is committed to memory. And still we don't see it over here yet. But when I go to copy to Phenology, then we have the record being duplicated and brought over into Phenology. So what we see in the record is the date is the same as what we put in. It falls to an actual type of observation. It defaults to the lab as the observer, and the stage is harvest. Of course, that's what we're dealing with. And the default is, the assumption is that it's 100%. So if you only brought in 50% of the fruit from that sublock, you can edit that field. Let's say we also want to edit who the observer was. All we have to do is just do it this way, and this is how we go. Click out of the field and it's committed. So what I also want to show you here then is what that looks like, and you can see your new record right here. I click here to activate the hover tip and see that we've got harvest on 50% at September 1st. We can also click on the view number of days, and that is also going to do a calculation for us for 2017. Purple, there we go. It's right there in the 53 days between 50% aeration and 50% harvest. Okay, so that is what we have for phenology. Let's go back into the harvest summary and take a look at that chart and see that it was updated. And here we see the 2017 has in fact been added. So there we have the labor-saving device of cutting your data entry in half with this new feature in eVit to duplicate harvest summary records into phenology records. So thanks for watching. Here we are in mid-November. Harvest or Thanksgiving is coming up, so I want to wish everybody a happy holidays. I would be delighted to meet with you and show you what else I have developed in eVit this year. We can have a demo or just catch up on what's new. It'd be great to see you, hear from you, and I'm hoping the best for you and yours these holidays. Take care. Thanks again. Bye.